Howdy, welcome back. Welcome to our final session, communication. My name is Joanna. I'm with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, Hidalgo County. I am the Family and Community Health County Extension Agent for the county. Alrighty, so communication. We're almost done. Let's talk about communication. There's a lot of times when we get into an argument, it was because of miscommunication. Communication can be very vague. There's a lot of portions to communication that can be interpreted differently. So communication is defined by a process by which a person transmits to another person or a group information about his or her ideas and feelings and then receives information back. Ideas and feelings is very difficult to communicate. You fully have to verbalize what your thoughts and how you're feeling so that way the other individual can understand the message. The basic components of communication is there's a sender, there's a message, and there's a receiver. The sender is the person who initiates the communication. Is that sender being very specific or they're being vague with the message? That message can be interpreted differently. And the receiver, who is that person on the other side? Do they understand you? Is it on the phone? Are they being distracted? The age also plays a huge role on that. With communication, ideas are exchanged, new information is gained, conflict are resolved, relationships are developed, emotions are expressed. However, with poor communication, it can lead to a lot of excess family conflicts, ineffective problem solving, lack of intimacy, weak emotional bonding, behavior problems in children. When we're not communicating, we're giving those silent treatments, we are actually hurting ourselves, also the other individual. It's very important to express your ideas, your emotions, to fully provide that message. When we communicate, try using the 3 F's, which are the facts, feelings, and fair request. Sometimes we, just like what we talked about in one of our previous sessions, we tend to make things bigger than what it is. We're not presenting the facts. Our feelings, how does that make us feel? Fully describe that. A fair request, are we being reasonable? Now with communication, it can all alter based on the way we speak, our body language, as well as our tone of voice. Now if you look at this chart, only 7% is done by voice, which are words, right? A communication, someone can see how you are based on your body language. So if you are already having a defensive body language, the other person is going to also be offended and they're going to be speaking maybe harsh. The tone of voice as well also is a huge impact on that. Are we being sarcastic? How's our voice? Are we yelling? Are we screaming? If we speak softly, remember, we're more likely to have the other person listen to us and speak in a calm manner. Now, dealing with criticism. Criticism is great, so that way we can help improve, but criticism can also be painful. So here's some ways to hear criticism that can be beneficial to you. Taking control is something that we need to make a habit. We can't control other people, right? But we can try to control ourselves. Take control of the situation. Breaking the cycle requires that you take responsibility for changing what's painful and not wait for other persons to do it. Instead of being helpless and angry, you can take charge of the situation. For example, you're tired, your partner never cleans up, there's dishes dirty, clothes are all over the place. You can always get mad, but how can you take control of that situation? You always have options. You can hire a weekly house cleaner at their expense. You can always have 2 different bathrooms where that person can do whatever they want, clean it, not clean it, that's up to them. You can leave their dishes in the side of the bed, or you can move out. So you can decide on how to take control of situations. You should have been given a workbook. If you do not have the workbook, you're welcome to download it in our website, and it's the Taking Control worksheet. Based on the anger log that you have made, now going back, how could you have taken control of the situation? Well, maybe next time you should have woken up earlier. Your plan for real life coping. Remember your coping thoughts. Remember how to problem solve through communication. See the whole picture. Sometimes we feel really bad about ourselves, and that's why we tend to get mad at other people, or we tend to get mad at ourselves. It's very important to have a good self-esteem. Can you list 10 things that you love about yourself? Sometimes it's very hard when we're talking about ourselves. It's easier to list 10 things about our children or about our dog, but when it comes to ourselves, we are very hard on ourselves. Self-esteem is the experience of being competent to cope with the basic challenges of life, of being worthy of happiness. Basically, a self-esteem is that cheerleader that keep on going, you can do it, don't stop. Individuals that have a good self-esteem tend to be happier, they're more confident, they're less afraid of failure, reject, they're able to bounce back after a fall, they're able to work towards finding a solution when faced with a challenge, they're more comfortable in social settings, they're likely to take risks, they get along with others, and they know what they're good at and they know what they need help with. So be very good to yourself. Make time for yourself. It's okay to say no. There's a lot of times where we feel obligated that we need to do everything. Sometimes it's really important to delegate, asking for help. You have a handout stating find your core qualities. I highly encourage you to complete that. It's important to take care of yourself. People who have anger issues often have the most hateful judgment for themselves. Deep down, you know there's a good quality inside you. So try to find that out. I highly recommend that you complete this worksheet just so you can have an idea of what you're good at. Nourish yourself. Make time for yourself. Take care of yourself. And that goes to eating healthy, goes to physical activity, taking care of yourself with good health, allowing time for yourself, getting unstuck. Now, sometimes, no matter how hard you've worked on your anger management skills, a situation will arise. Don't give up. It's okay. Learn from your mistakes. Identify your feelings, how it upsetted you, how it hurt others, and remember, ask for forgiveness.